There's a crazy number of bank accounts in the US. Looking at even just credit unions, there's almost 5,000. Today we'll look at 15 of my favorite accounts for these options. I know it sounds like a crazy amount, but there is reason to the madness. The first 5 are going to be more notable banks and the bigger ones. Next batch are going to be the ones that you probably have never heard of. Last group is going to be brokerage accounts, which might make sense if you have a lot of money. Regardless of the account you pick, make sure that you're covered. For us, this means FDIC, and every single option that we're talking about today will be insured for at least your first $250K. Also a reminder that rates can and probably will change throughout the year, especially for the smaller ones which might have an asterisk or attached to them. All of these are going to be the rates as of January. If we do see some major changes and there's interest in it, I'll make a video for Q2. With all of that said, big favor is to give this a thumbs up to help with the algorithm, and if you are someone that's new, consider subscribing. Okay, so the first group is the bigger banks and the notable brands. We'll rank all of these by APY, starting with the highest. Number 1 here is going to be SoFi. Here you're getting 4.6% APY, no account fees, also $300 when you sign up and set up direct deposits. Pretty solid overall, and you also get an intro bonus. Note that you do need to have a monthly direct deposit in order to earn the 4.6%. This can be from your payroll, pension, government payments, and a few other options. It depends on where you work, but it might take you 1 minute, or maybe you have to submit a form. For example, on my Gusto, I can pretty much add any account and set a specific percentage or an amount. SoFi does insure up to $2 million through their program. One of the best options here if you are looking to park a lot of money and farm that yield. A bit more annoying, but might be worth it. Number 2 is going to be Ally. They're offering 4.4% on their money market account, and it is a member of FDIC. Pretty solid option and great offer. Like a lot of the big ones, there's not really any fees, which is nice. Some of the smaller ones might try to nickel and dime you. Note that the money market account is not a savings account, but for our purpose, it's pretty much exactly the same. Main difference on their end is that you don't get the buckets and digital envelopes. If you want the savings account, it's in the same ballpark. 4.35%, which is in the same realm. Number 3 is Barclays. Here you're getting 4.35%, and like a lot of the other options, pretty feature rich and generally minimal fees, if any. Of these, I would argue that Barclays has more of a clunkier UI, but maybe that's me. It's fine by all means, but the other ones are a lot nicer. Number 4 is going to be Capital One, and you're getting 4.35% on their 360 performance savings account. No fees, no minimum, super straightforward. I've heard that approvals might be a bit more annoying, but otherwise fine. Last one here is American Express. They're offering 4.35%, same as the last 2. No minimum balance and no monthly fees, and you get customer support from American Express. Of this group, I probably would go with SoFi given the higher rate. I also like the fact that their coverage is a bit higher than everyone else at $2 million. It might not be useful for most people, but you never know. If you don't want to jump through hoops, if you don't want to set up a direct deposit, then I think all of them are fine. I probably would lean more towards American Express or Capital One. If they are concerned about my account balances, it's probably easier if it's a savings account with American Express. But yeah, not really any bad options of this group. On a side note, if you do want to learn more about these high interest accounts and you want to support the channel, we do have links on the website, AskSebby.com/go/banking, and also down below in the description box. Like with everything, make sure that the offer is competitive and that the account makes sense for you, but otherwise, it is a huge way to support the channel, so thank you guys in advance. Heading down to smaller banks, you're going to notice a few things. Number 1, the rates are a lot higher. Number 2, you probably have never heard of these banks. Reminder that all of these are FDIC-insured, so you're not getting scams. That's not a concern. The bigger issue is that they might have more fees, and it might be bait. Right now, the Fed rate is between 5.25 and 5.5%. This impacts the rates that the banks lend to each other at and also sets a benchmark. The only reason a bank would offer 5.5% to their customers when the Fed rate is 5.5% is in order to get more customers. And by all means, I'm not saying that they will decrease it, but I feel like there are higher odds of it, even if the Fed rate doesn't change. With all of that said, the first one is Millie. Millie is offering 5.5% APY, but only if you download their app. A bit more annoying, but that's fine. The app doesn't really have the best reviews on the Apple Store, only 3.1 stars. On the Android Store, it is a bit better at 3.5 stars. If you contrast this to American Express, which is doing a lot better at 4.9 stars. Also note that customer service might also be a bit tougher for these smaller ones, so if that matters, then that's a factor. If you get declined, it might be harder to find support staff to figure out what went wrong. Other than that, 5.5% is solid. Next up is Poppy Bank. Here you're getting the same 5.5% and the rate is guaranteed for 3 months. I don't know why, but whenever someone guarantees something for 3 months, I always think that they're going to decrease it when the 3 months ends. I guess on one hand, it's a good thing that you know you're locking it in, but yeah, doesn't feel the best. Note that a minimum balance of $1,000 must be maintained to obtain the advertised APY. Someone messaged me on Instagram saying that they did get a credit inquiry for this, so if that is a concern, then maybe this one is a skip. Number 3 is MBD My Banking Direct. They're offering 5.35% for their high yield savings account. $500 to open, and everything else is more or less the same. Outside of the interest rate, a lot of it is who do you want to have an account with and what's the user experience like via their app and customer support. Number 4 is Valley Direct, which is offering 5.25% for their high yield savings account. $1 minimum to open and FDIC insurance up to $250K. Nothing really too different here, and again, more or less the same stuff. It does sound like they won a bunch of awards, so probably a good user experience. Last one is going to be UFB. Like with the last one, you're earning 5.25% APY. I'm actually not going to pick a horse here because I think there's a decent chance that one of them does something that you don't like and pisses you off, and then you get angry at me. I'd rather not get blamed. For all of these, you are getting a higher rate, but probably a worse customer and app experience. The last group is going to be brokerage accounts. The big benefit here with these accounts is that you can more easily deploy your money into investments into the public market if an opportunity comes up. It depends on your investment philosophy, but generally better to have options. All of these are going to be cash sweeps. So they take your uninvested balances from your investment accounts and then put them into partner banks, and they're still FDIC insured. Depending on how many partner banks they work with, you might have some pretty sizable coverage. If I had to think of a disadvantage, it'd be for someone that does not want to invest their money quickly and you want to make sure there is more time. For example, if you're trying to be responsible and dollar cost average in rather than YOLO into a stock. It might sound stupid, but it is a problem for a lot of people. In almost all cases, time in the market beats timing the market. With all of that said, the first one is Moomoo. They're offering up to 15 free stocks for opening up their brokerage account and then 5.1% on uninvested cash. The current offer is 5 free stocks if you deposit $100 and then 10 additional free stocks if you deposit $1,000. The thing a lot of people like about Moomoo is that they have a lot of advanced features. For example, free level 2 data, and they also have extended trading hours. Other trading apps and platforms might offer this as well, but only if you're on their premium plan and paying, let's say, $10 a month. Given how sweeps work, FDIC insurance here is up to $1 million at partner banks. You'll notice this across the board for almost all of these options. If you want to get up to 15 free stocks, then go to AskSebby.com/Moomoo or the link down below. Another good option is going to be Public. It's also 5.1% here and a great pick. FDIC insurance here is super strong at up to $5 million. They also have a lot of interesting features like alternative assets. Less of an intro bonus, but if you are moving in a lot of money, then this is a good pick. Number 3 is going to be Wealthfront. You're getting 5% APY on your uninvested cash. FDIC insurance is probably the biggest number that we've seen here at up to $8 million through their partner banks. It's definitely a good choice if you're wealthy and for whatever reason you're watching this channel. Number 4 is going to be Webull. Here you're getting 5% on your uninvested cash. In the terms and the details, they don't mention a higher number for FDIC coverage, so I'm guessing it is just $250K here. Not bad by any means, but I'd probably go for the first 3. Last one is going to be Betterment. With this one, you're getting 4.75% APY. A bit less than the rest, but still in the same ballpark. With Betterment, you're getting up to $2 million in FDIC insurance at program banks. I think all of these are awesome, and if I would have to skip one, it'd probably be Webull. Probably Moomoo if you're a normal person and looking to get a bonus, and then Wealthfront if you have a ton of money. Again, if you want to learn about bank accounts, we do have links on the website, AskSebby.com/go/banking, and also down below in the description box. If you made it to this point, leave a bank emoji in the comments down below, and I'll try to heart it and also respond. My question for you is, what's your current setup? And if you were to run a 1-2 punch from the ones we talked about, which would it be? A lot of people like the 1-2 punch idea just to de-risk in case a weird situation happens and for whatever reason, the bank freezes your account. It's probably not going to happen, but you never really know. Let me know and everyone else know in the comments down below. Big favorite, thumbs up, share this with a friend, but otherwise hope you liked it. See you next time. Super random, but I might buy a life-sized side duck for Mandy's birthday. If you made it to this point and you like that idea, then leave a side duck or a duck emoji in the comments down below. A little bit of behind the scenes, but it's a 31-inch side duck. It is currently out of stock and I'm keeping an eye on it. Tag emoji in the comments down below and I'll see you guys.